How are we doing, guys? Chucky Boy here again, bringing you a brand new episode in the Derby Days series. And this time, as you can see on the screen right now, we have the Turin derby between Juventus and Torino. Now, I'm playing as Juventus, and as you can see from the stadium too, we're at the Juventus Arena, or Juventus Stadium, or whatever it's called. And yeah, I went with the home team this time for a change, so... Now, before we get into the normal stats and statistics and notable incidents and stuff from this series, I want to just update you guys on this series a little bit. I'm changing the way it works slightly. If you follow me on Twitter, you will have seen recently that I've been asking for suggestions for this series. You know, I want you guys to get involved and maybe vote on games and what games you want to see being played. So on a Sunday, this is obviously released on a Sunday night normally. So on a Sunday night, I will be going to my Twitter page and I will be asking you guys to send me suggestions of the games you want me to play, and the first one I get back that I can actually use will be the following Sunday's Derby Days video. And I will also be putting your tweet on the screen and giving you a little shout out too, because that's, you know, it's like a thank you from me for getting involved. So as you know, in all my videos, guys, my Twitter link is in the description. So if you want to get involved and you want to get, you want to get your tweet on screen and you want me to give you a shout out and stuff like that, then just follow me on Twitter. And then on a Sunday, like I said, I'll be asking the question of what games you want to see me use, and the first person to respond with in-game teams only will be the one that I use. So let's get into the history about this game. Now, this game is difficult yet again to go over slightly. It's not really too bad, but they don't really play a great deal. Right now it's not an issue because obviously Torino and Juventus are both in Serie A now, but that was only the case last year. Torino's first season back was 2012-2013 season, so and up until that I think they had one season in 07-08. And then before that, I think you're looking maybe early 2000s. So they don't really play a great deal because obviously Torino kind of bounced between the leagues quite a lot. And one season they actually got promoted was the season that Juventus were relegated because of the match fixing scandal. So those two teams didn't meet that time either. But yeah, I say they're back in Serie A now together, and that's why I thought I'd do it, because it is a unique derby as such. Just because they used to share stadiums and stuff like that, and they finally both got their own ground to use and their own fans, so the fans aren't, unhappy about having to share with their local rivals and stuff like that. So it's a really good derby game, and obviously Torino aren't actually a bad team right now, so they actually put up a fight when these two teams play, which is great. So as always, guys, we're going to go through the history and the stats a little bit too. There is been a total of 186 official games between these two teams. That's not including friendlies, guys, because they're not official games, so they don't really count. So this is just purely either Serie A or Coppa Italia games or other things like that. They're official sanctioned football matches. The record as it stands is Juventus have 77 wins, Torino have 55 wins, and there have been 54 draws. So as you can see, Juventus, as you would expect, are ahead on that record, because Juventus predominantly have been the bigger team throughout the history of this rivalry, if you like. I mean, obviously Juventus are one of the big teams in Italy, so you're not too surprising that they've got that advantage. So notable incidents. There's been a few, but not as many as I assumed there would be when I went to research this. There's not that many to look at. The first one is a very strange one, and I've never heard about it before. In 1967, after a match that Torino won 4-0, angry Juventus fans actually went to vandalise the grave of a former Torino player, Gigi Moroni. Now that's so strange. I've never heard of fans sort of vandalising graves and stuff like that. It's really weird, but that's, you know, it's a unique thing for this derby. Maybe it's a long time ago, obviously. But when I read that, I was genuinely surprised that happened, because I didn't know that. But yeah, that's like the only real weird thing. That there's always the rioting between fans and stuff like that. If you like, rioting outside the grounds, rioting inside the grounds, damage to seats and stuff. But that all happens. That's a regular derby sort of thing. You know, when the fans hate each other that much, that's what normally happens. And but the vandalising of the grave was very strange, a very, very strange thing. And there's not really much more to say about this, guys, to be honest. It's like I say, I think the fact that the two teams are predominantly in separate divisions quite a lot is a big part of it. But the last time Torino actually won a game was in the 94-95 season. They actually beat Juventus in both fixtures in that season. But from then all the way through 95, 96, 99, 2000, 01, 02, 03, 07 through 09, and then 2012 to 2014, they're all Juventus victories or draws. Torino haven't actually picked up anything. They've picked up the odd point. I think there's 4 draws out of all that, but all the rest have been Juventus wins. So as you can see, guys, we have finished the game. 2-2 draw, quite entertaining, if I must say so myself. So just a quick reminder, guys, follow me on Twitter, and then every Sunday I'll be asking you guys for suggestions. And if I pick your game, if you give me teams that are in-game only, then I will put your tweet on screen and I will give you a nice shout out as a thank you. So yeah, guys, we'll see you all again next time.